Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Richie from Boston. It's the 8th of July, 2017, and you can scour the internet with relative ease to find story after story after story about bees mysteriously, worrisomely dying off in prolonged, mysterious, a trend everywhere. You can find these stories absolutely everywhere, even stories about bees with what appears to be dementia. I kid you not. And these are relatively old stories that most people didn't even notice or pay attention or really even care about, for that matter. Bees suffering dementia due to metal pollution. Aluminum contamination may be behind insect decline. Now, where are they coming up with this aluminum? What are they using? What is the source for all this aluminum that bees are suddenly finding on flowers as they do their natural thing? According to this article, it says bees may be declining because they are suffering dementia compared to Alzheimer's by eating large amounts of aluminum. A scientific study found high amounts of aluminum contamination in bees at levels that would cause brain damage in humans. Bees rely on their brains, blah, blah, blah. Researchers from the University of Kiel in Sussex studied the levels of aluminum in baby bees, pupa. To put it in context, 3 parts per millionth would be considered as potentially pathological in human tissue. But they don't really say where the aluminum is coming from. They're not mentioning it. This is 2015. Where do you think the aluminum is coming from? It's not a natural byproduct of anything. To get aluminum all over everything, there's only one source you can look to. That's right. It leads you right back to Harvard University and geoengineering, solar remediation, solar dimming, whatever name they decide to put on it for things that they could quote unquote perhaps do, things that they may look at in the future. Their biggest concern that is it may cause people to not worry about their CO2 emissions. That's how they're packaging it. And yet bees are dying off at a record pace because of all the aluminum they're eating. Aluminum doesn't come naturally. Aluminum is a byproduct. I'm sorry, I didn't mean aluminum was a byproduct, but I do mean aluminum is not a naturally occurring thing that you find floating in the atmosphere. One of the byproducts from aluminum is fluoride. Nothing more, nothing less. And they're not really hiding the fact. It's right there in plain sight. They don't explain where the aluminum comes from, but they do say that bees are eating aluminum to the point where they're getting dementia-like symptoms. You see what I'm saying? So all this to say this. This is their answer. Published yesterday in Gizmodo, genetically modified animals, just like you see in the movies, are being made resistant to aluminum, to all the different pesticides that are being used all over the planet. This will be the replacement. It's absolutely unbelievable. How is it they would make aluminum-resistant seeds, aluminum-resistant bees, aluminum-resistant bugs years ago? How did they know that aluminum was going to be suddenly a problem if they weren't already doing this? They did. It's absolutely unbelievable. Nothing is for real anymore, and it's happened so quickly. Or maybe just the information, maybe it's been happening forever and the information's just suddenly coming out. I can't quite decide as of yet. Bees with dementia, bees dying off, and then their replacements are right here on deck. Absolutely unbelievable. All the links will be in the description. Like, share, subscribe. I am out.